streaming makes me want a third monitor. I think getting the extra monitors is just an endless pursuit.
Oh, I've got 3 monitors. Yeah, it's so nice
Oh hell yeah!
to have.
Because like two monitors to an average Andy is oh wow, you're a nerd. But then if you're a real gamer, two monitors is just not enough. Like we need more.
True.
So I am live. I got a 1 minute delay on my stream, so I mean it's going to help. It's going to stop people being able to use my stream to kind of in any way enhance their gameplay or uh, troll someone else. And it's also short enough that I should be able to interact with my chats before and after the game, so that's nice.
Hello, everyone. If you're listening, welcome to the first OFM event under the new directorship. We have a beta tournament happening for the first tournament. This is a lot of stress testing going on, a lot of new systems being built out. So we appreciate everyone's participation in it. And right now, what we're going to do is just recap some of the qualifier games that are just happened or are finishing up. And then after that, we will look at the semifinals and the finals. We'll watch those live. I need to set up my delay for a minute also.
Can you do that once you've already gone live?
I think on YouTube you can.
Oh, nice. It's weird having a delay. I'm not used to it, but I definitely understand why we need it.
If I ever do stream 1v1s, I'm gonna have to make sure I have like a 5-minute delay on those things so people don't
Yeah. Oh yeah.
snipe.
It's the lonely millennial, says John. Yo, Pingu, Striking Spliff, Drek. How's it going, guys? Sonjamon. So soon we're going to be going through some of the qualifier games while we wait for the semi-final and final. I know that Striking Spliff in my chat was in the qualifiers. Do we know who's through yet, Eagle Eye, or is that not happened yet?
We are currently it's a beta tournament, so we are recalculating the games internally. We have all the game links, we have all the data, so we're just resimming them really quickly to make sure that the scoring is accurate, and then we will go live with the semis probably 10 minutes after that is done.
And will the players have an idea if they've gone through, or will they have no idea?
Well, generally, if they are in the game and they're winning and getting kills, they should know if they've gathered up points. Yeah. So they should know themselves if they've done well or done bad. But 10 minutes before the finals, they will know if they qualified or not.
And it was around 150 players in the qualifiers, correct?
I think we ended up having 200 plus.
200 and exactly 100 going into the semis. So it's at least half of you have gotten through.
Yeah, it's going to be 50%. Since I believe it's going to be 50% of the players will get into the semis.
Nice. Lux is complaining about a leaderboard and a point system, I think. This is what these practice tournaments, test tournaments are for, Lux.
Yes, and also it's really a UI issue on that front. We will fix it for the next tournament. This is a beta tournament, Lux. The point system does work behind the scenes. We do have that being recalculated to ensure that we have the integrity correct. Classic. Got to turn on Do Not Disturb mode, of course.
Oh yeah. Oh, I need to do that for sure. Yeah. Good idea. Do not disturb me, guys. I am an important OFM caster. Please do not disturb me.
Hello, Pingu. Hello, Lux. Hello, Mufker. Hello, Yazin.
Are you reading my chat as well?
Yours and mine, yeah.
Nice.
With
It's a
three,
shame we can't connect the chats.
yeah, YouTube, Twitch. With 3 monitors,
Yeah.
it is nice to be able to have multiple
This
things going.
guy. Thank you for the follow, Toto. Mofka's here. We love Mofka. Mofka always calls me handsome. Thank you,
Oh,
Mofka.
you are, you're above average in looks, I would say.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. That gets
Uh,
me back down to reality. Thank you, sir. I needed that.
You're welcome. Always here to tell you the truth.
Yeah, keep me grounded, please.
All right, so let's look at a game. Let's start looking at games. So I have shared my screen in the Discord if you want to look at
Oh,
it.
yeah. Oh, yeah. That
Um,
makes it a lot easier. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Casting. Boom, boom, boom. Let's bring this over here. Okay, I'm watching your screen now.
So this first game, we're looking at the first round, and this is the second game in the round. We're going to see some notable players here. We have an SPQR. We have Hey Ray. We just have a bunch of players. It's a very popular tournament. There's a lot. We have Lux Raccoon over here. We have Whale Fall. So yeah, we'll see a bunch of players pop up here. Spawn position, first map, Roll of Montreal. The way the maps are chosen is we have a pool that we selected some competitive maps, some maps that have good dynamism in the middle. You're able to cross the map pretty easily, with multiple trade routes, a good circularity on the map so you can move in multiple directions. And we pulled a pool of a bunch of those maps, and then the bot will randomly select it for each round, and they will play those maps. So we have a pretty even distribution, except on this bottom end. Not a lot of people ended up spawning here. One thing to note is that the players are anonymous in game. So we are seeing their actual names here, but in the game, they do not know who is each other.
And that's really good, right? Because we have seen in the past people carrying petty squabbles and people full sending a streamer player or a clan leader. And so by making the names anonymous, it really removes some of those previous problems.
100%. It's really a competitive integrity issue when people are not playing to win or doing their best in the game. They tend to target people, or it's just also like inherent bias. When you know a player is good or that they can defend uh, efficiently, right? Then you're not going to attack them, or you're going to take alliances with them more than often, and that may allow them to even get a better advantage of the game. And so this really lets the players look at the game objectively when they are anonymous. So already we have some notable people popping up. We have Ingsock over here making his debut back into the competitive scene. We have Portado spawning near the middle. We have a bunch of Lux players. We have Revan Flock over here on the right side. We have Alpha in the middle taking a split river spawn. We have Dougie Jr. in the top middle and Shoyo also in the top middle, and Shuma and Raccoon. So we got 4 players who know how to play the game pretty decently up in this top area. It looks like Dougie got cut off from the water just barely by this
Ooh.
UN Sorrow player. That is brutal for his trading opportunities.
Yeah, because even though factories offer an alternative, still I'd rather have some water connection. I'd rather have access to the ports.
100% for eco and also just boating around, right? Dougie is stuck right
Yeah.
now in this corner. He only has his neighbors and looks like he's going to actually take that. land back so he can boat around. And he will make an attack on Sara. Sara, who's staying pretty high on troops, trying to cancel out that attack. There's action on the top left. We have this high player who cut off a bunch of bots in the corner, so that gave him a nice ending percentage. In the bottom left, we also have this Sharktopus player who is trying to consolidate his own little corner here. Parrot Island is a nation, so that will be a free kill, and he gets the crown off of that kill and two cities. That's very convenient for him.
Interesting that nations are on. I don't know
Yes.
whether this is through ignorance or not, but I just assumed they wouldn't be on.
For previous competitive, people tend to not like nation because it introduces a little bit of randomness in the game,
Yep. Yep.
especially for like team games. However, in FFAs, this is the most common game mode to play,
Yep.
on public games, nations are always enabled. It is part of a skill to be able to know where the nations
Yeah.
are
True.
spawning and how to take advantage of
True.
them, and
Yeah.
ultimately
How to manage them.
how to manage them. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes most of the time you eliminate them, but sometimes there's other things you can do with them. You can ally them. You can play those tricky plays where you allow the nation to take one of your cities and then build a cheap city again, stuff like that. So there's definitely skill there to managing the nations. And what about the scoring system, Eagle Eye? Do we want to quickly talk through that?
So the scoring system, it is if you win the game before the time ends, you get a bunch of points. If you get points for kills, so if you get a lot of kills, you get points, and the points you get is based off of the percent of land that they got in the game. So you get a portion of their max percent land as a uh, part of your kill count, your kill points. Um, and then if the game ends up with no clear winner at the end of the time limit, or no one gets 80%, then that it discourages doing that. You want to try and get for the win as quickly as possible because you get slightly penalized with points. So you get points based on the lowest surviving percentage player. Um, so that's generally how it goes. You want to end up winning this game or getting a lot of kills. We wanted to incentivize a lot of action and hunting and actually being active on the map instead of just sitting there with stalemates for 5 to 10 minutes at a time.
Yeah, there was a gentleman in chat maybe 10 minutes ago said that he survived for a very long time inside the irradiated land from a nuke. And he thinks that he'll be going through to the semis. And I'm assuming he will because he survived long in the game.
Right, surviving is a benefit. If you can avoid getting killed, that is very good. Um, this is a beta tournament. We will be adjusting the rules slightly based on feedback and suggestions. So if you guys have any suggestions of how we should modify settings and rules, put it in the OFM Discord. There's a suggestions forum, and that is the proper place to do that. If you send DMs to people, they're not going to get recorded. Even if you send DMs to a director, they're just not going to be considered along the same lines as a suggestion on the OFM server.
Everything's official now, guys. Everything has to be through an official channel. We've got a new Openfront Masters team, and these guys are super motivated and dedicated to trying to improve the overall experience and improve the competitive scene to improve the game.
I'm really quickly putting out the announcements for going live.
Vilra is saying, ask Eagle who goes through, please. I am 111th. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's only 100 players in the semis. Is that right?
It is 50% of players or a maximum of 100 players in the semifinals. However, Vera, we've said it in the chats a couple times. The UI for the leaderboards are not completely accurate. We are re-simulating the games locally in order to make sure that these scores are accurate. So just keep that in mind that what it shows on those standings on the server, they might not be completely correct. So it will depend upon the re-simulation that's happening.
Yeah, Vilra, I wouldn't be too optimistic about your opportunity to be in the semis there. Sorry, bud. Was
But
unlucky. There is no luck, Vilra, only skill.
is this OFM Luxters or is this OFM Masters? That's yeah. This is OF Masters, not OF Luxters. But generally, if you're a player, you know if you did well or good or bad in the tournament. So you kind of have an expectation of where you're going to be. If you like won a game or you got a bunch of kills, you should expect to be in the next round. If you didn't, if you died early or just didn't perform well at all, didn't get any kills, you're probably not going to get in the next finals. But that'll be determined once we resend the games.
So this is one of the three first round games that we're watching right now.
Correct. So right now we have Solo is grabbing the crown at 13.6%. We have Alpha right here in the middle, spread out a lot. We have Sharktopus in the corner. We have Lordo and Ravenflock in the bottom right corner. Get Uni and Bamri in the top right. Looks like Dougie is getting, he got betrayed by Whalefall in big send. It's a
Ooh,
230k send into Dougie by Whalefall. That is a
that is
killer
a
send.
suicide send.
He is full send completely. So it looks like
Yeah,
Whalefall might have decided to do the thing where he gets as big as he can, tries to get kills by 10 minutes, and then goes to the next lobby. It is questionable if that will
right.
work. That might not work, the
Yeah,
way the scoring is set. Uh, so we'll see if that actually works. I don't think it'll be people. They tried to say it might be a legitimate strategy. I don't think it is. There just isn't enough time to score up enough points. Maybe if you don't think you're going to win the game, but he was in like a decent position. So
yeah. We did go through the point system, but we've not quite explained the round system. But to summarize it and to simplify it, if you were eliminated in the game, therefore scoring not many points, there was a subsequent lobbies would open up that you could join in, and so theoretically you could try and score points quickly, lose that game, not win, and then hop into the next lobby. Whilst someone that's still playing really well and is still alive in the first game won't have the time to join the second lobby because it's starting before the first game has ended. A really cool, interesting system. Definitely the first time that there's been something like this, I would guess.
yes, there have been in regards to rounds and like joining. Yes, that is the case. There have been tournaments that have done kill points, and there have been tournaments that do like reward placing and where you are at the end of the game, but nothing combined like this.
And that full send that you saw on Dougie earlier, that is the type of full send that leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. You remember that player's name. So it's a good job that the players can't see each other's names because that would be bad.
Yeah, so he will likely people who do analysis on the games, they will look at the replays and look at the streams and see who did that. So that might be something in the future. But in during the tournament itself, they will not know who did what to who.
Right. So Dougie's in chat saying 9 min betrayals are bad, and am I right in saying it was 10 minutes between each lobby, right?
Yes, that is correct.
So yeah, so that's what you're talking about. That would have been the meta, yeah, to get as much out of every single lobby as possible and to be dead by 9 minutes, as Dougie has coined the term 9 min betrayal.
Possibly,
Interesting.
it is possible though. If you didn't do enough in those 10-minute games, like you might have not scored any points, and you're just hopping
Yeah,
lobby to lobby,
yeah.
and just full sending and not qualifying at all. That's ruining your
Because
own cases.
you're scoring points based on being one of the last survivors in the game, right? So I can't imagine hopping games is a clever idea.
It's really if people think that they found a competitive advantage in the rules, they can try and utilize this so long as it continues following the rules. But it is really on them if they end up falling on their face and what they thought was an
Yeah.
exploit was actually not an exploit. That is up to them. We're not going to tell the players how to score the maximum amount of points. So this is very interesting. We have Solo in the bottom right, and he has a dominant position with 1 point over 1 million troops. We have Cute Dude in the middle, also with over 1 million troops. So they are pretty dominant in this game. Q2 has continued to expand into the top left. We have a couple of smaller players. This left side looks pretty juicy to eat up, and Q2 is going to eat that up with Rare and High and Ixok down here. We have Sharktopus dying in the bottom. We have this VA22 player also dying to solo. So a lot of action going on. There is 7:45 in this game, so the next round will have started at this time, and so it's really up to them to finish up this game to try and get the most points possible.
Got two UN players there at the top of the leaderboard. Obviously, they can't see each other's usernames, but if I was a UN member right now, or if I was I am Lewis, I'd be saying UN on top, just to annoy everybody else.
Well, nah. We if you were Lewis, you'd be saying that, but I am
I'm
an
not.
oaf.
I'm not
I'm
Lewis.
You're not Lewis. Roy's on top. Did I hear Roy's on top?
Roy's on top. We
Is this
have one Roy in the qualifiers, but we're not sure whether he's through to the semis.
is RO an attempted Roy player? Is George attempting to be Roy and just doing RO?
I hope not. He's not got permission to do that.
So this game right now, we have Q2 with 34, we have Solo 26, and Raccoon with 13. These are really the people in the running for it. There is a lot of eco on the board on Montreal. You're able to get those train connections across these rivers and build up a long chain across the map. So there is a lot of gold on the map. Q2 has 85 mil, Solo has 67, haha, and Raccoon has 51 mil. So there are Mervs possible. Mervs are also enabled in this tournament. Mervs and nations, they're part of the game. So we are seeing this potential stalemate. You see people going for kills. So this Q2 player, instead of trying to play a Merv game and win big time quickly, he is going for kills instead. He's going for this George player. He's going to end up boning across here to try and get a kill.
I really enjoy a scoring system that, on one hand, promotes survivability. This scoring system gives you points based on how many people were eliminated before you. And on the other hand, a scoring system that gives points based on eliminations, because it places a massive emphasis on playing this game of Openfront as if it was your last ever game of Openfront, which to me, from like a realism perspective, seeing countries on a map, it makes it feel more intense, and I really like that.
I agree. Being a moderator for the tournament, I'm also moderating the main Discord, and there will always be trolls in the in the game. We've done a lot of competitive integrity stuff in regards to making sure the tournaments are as fair as possible and people aren't cheating, including things like game review. So that will be nice to have instead of just having the chaos of the past where it was just anyone who won the game, anyone who could get away with whatever they get away with.
Yeah. Ooh,
We
big send there.
It looks like QJIT versus Solo. QJIT has 2.8 mil. There's a 5 mil cap almost, and Solo's sitting down at 2 mil. So QJIT is cleaning up pretty handily here. I assume he'll be able to win this game outright in the next 4 minutes.
Yeah, should we hop on to a different review, or should we
We
should we see
can.
this one finalize?
I'm gonna pop open a new game.
Kind of random question here. Is OFM ever playing with the idea of game modifiers, or is that something that is OFM trying to um, formalize the competitive scene with certain uh, formats, or are they gonna kind of have some variety with some game modifiers?
Yes. So um, the special game modes, they are popular. They're very popular with the public in general. And so having them be represented in OFMs is a good idea in general. Not just to draw players in, but there are a lot of people who only play special modes and they don't like the vanilla game mode. as much as the special game modes. And so having those players have an opportunity to express their skill or their strategy in those game modes is nice. We are using the minor tournaments as tests for formats and modes. And so if you see a minor tournament with some special game modes attached to it, that should be expected. You should expect to see, a couple different formats and a couple different modes being tested in games so that they can be more accessible to the comp players, and that more people who don't usually play comp are have more access to the special modes in general. Um, that is generally our mindset of what we want to do with it. And Q2 does end up winning this game, by the way. We're going to go ahead and get to the next game. Let's look at round two, and we'll pull up a fun little game. Let's pull up this game. See if we can pause it. Yes, we can. So this is Pluto. This is round two. This is game C4. So it's the first game in round two. And we're going to see this. We have a lot of interesting players here.
And
We
this would
talked
have been
about
the first 50 eliminated players from round one, correct?
uh, generally, yes, it would be the
Generally, yes.
players who either they left the game early or they didn't make the
Yeah.
first game, something along those lines. And so there should
So
be,
some late arrivals as well.
yes, some late arrivals also. We did plan for this tournament to be no alliances. We got some feedback about it. So for the first beta tournament, we decided not to have no alliances on this one. We changed it up a little bit last minute. However, I believe we are planning for the next tournament to have the no alliances. The reality is that there's going to be complaints about people who are used to playing competitive a certain way. But we do need to test these things in a competitive environment, and the minors are a perfect way to do this. So as much as people might not, they like playing comfortably with the game modes that they do know, whether that be vanilla or with Nations Disabled or MERVs, they will need to adapt. If you're a master at Openfront, which this is Openfront Masters, you should be able to play the game in any setting with any mode and be able to perform well.
Yeah. And
Oh,
certain game modes can massively change. Oh, striking spliff. There he is, Roy's member.
there he is right there. So
We
we'll
love to
see.
see it.
We'll
The
keep
Patriot.
a good eye on that guy, see how he does. We also we have, let's see, an AST player up here, Gas Pro. We have Verstappen. He's a pretty active guy. Any other names that I recognize immediately? We have Space Sheep over here, one of the best players in Openfront at the moment. He's an FFA specialist.
Oh,
He's
really?
on Tracker Front. It's a third-party tool, but he has a very good elo. He's been first and second and third for the entire lifetime of that.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's a name I need to get drilled into my brain then, because I wasn't familiar with that.
Yeah, he's a very good player. I watched him play a bunch of games. He plays very, how do you call it, standard, but he does a very good job of doing. He's a very efficient player.
Sometimes mastering the basics is all you need.
Yes. Over here we have a Soviet Romanum player. Um, we have Mole. Mole is an old competitive player. He's a Czech player. He's making his debut back in tournaments in this tournament, so that is nice. And we have Chuma over here in the middle. It looks like we're gonna have a cheeky little player up in this. This is the I don't want to call it the Rex spawn, but the pirate spawn right here, able to pirate a lot of trade in the middle. We have a Hope Slayer down here in the middle, also going for the islands, but looks like he's gonna get beat out of the islands because there's just no land here. Not a good position to spawn in. So we'll speed up the game a little bit. We'll go to like 12 minutes and see the state of the game. Oh, we have NVR. Hey, who is this NVR player over here?
Who
We have
is this
confirmed.
guy? He's worryingly close to my Roy's member. I'm worried for striking.
Uh, he is low on troops, so
Maybe striking slams never and striking wins the game. Maybe.
possible striking win incoming. He instead detects the AFK player.
Reasonable.
Yep, there's a little port maxer here. and MVR kills him. So that's a kill. Striking could have got that kill right there, but instead NVR
Right.
comes in
Okay.
and takes him out. So that would be points for NVR. Um, it's very interesting. We got this corner position. These guys have chosen. This guy's chosen not to make any ports. It looks like he's just eco-massing with factories.
Hunter Hunted in my chat is saying you can play aggressively to score points for kills in the first 9 minutes and then move to the next round, or stay and play for the win if you got lucky with the kills. But also, Hunter Hunted, there are points being given out based on how many players that you survive. So there are points being given out based on basically how many people died before you. Therefore, I would say that this scoring system also places weight on surviving long in the games. So yes, it's points for winning the game. Yes, it's points for eliminations. But as far as I'm aware, Eagle I can confirm, it's also points for surviving as many players as possible.
You want to do your best in every game. That's what the system generally incentivizes. You can try and hack the system to try and like min max points, but if you are dying early in every game, which is what leaving the game does, you're probably not going to get a lot of points out of that.
I really like this point system. There's always been so much conversation in the past with the pros and cons of a scoring system, and
Yes.
I have said many times very loudly that I think a hybrid system is the key. Just meaning that there's points being given out for multiple things and for eliminations and for surviving long. I think that gives the perfect balance of incentives in the game.
Right. You know, I think generally in tournament, you either have to have a lot of games and have it be winner takes all, like you said, you have to have a hybrid system where you spread out points along many categories to measure the skill of the players. Uh,
Yeah.
that
You can't
is,
measure the skill with one measurement. There's not one measurement. When we saw tournaments in the past with maximum percentage at any time in the game, the meta became a full send. Even if you were fourth on the board, a quick 100% full send might score you third in the game. But then we saw the games like the end game for those games was messy because everyone just full sent each other. Um,
yep.
yeah.
And those games tend to also help with, well, they tend to incentivize stalemating, right? When you have just max percent B, because you get as big as possible, and then you ally up and you wait for some opportunities, which bad players will try and. Oh, looks like unfortunate.
Oh.
Roy betrayed on accident. He did a hydro, betrayed, and NVR is going to
Oh,
come in.
accidental betrayal. Oh, striking. We're gonna have to have a private call about that one.
That is
No,
brutal.
I do that all the time, to be honest, when we play team games together.
So NVR is cleaning up Teapot. It looks like over here. There is a player right here that could be eliminated for points. Curious if he has any other positions. Who is that? Nay, yeah. So that is points sitting on the board if someone can get to him. Over on the
Timmy
right side,
says this system encourages full sending to get out of the game and into the next game, but doesn't the current scoring system, Dougie, give points for you surviving longer than other players? Therefore, you wouldn't want to be out of the game. You would want to be in the game because you're also scoring points based on how many other players are eliminated before you.
you want to place as highly as possible and get as big as possible, and also get kills. So if you have a strategy where you get a couple kills and leave, that is potentially. But if you don't get a couple kills and you leave anyway, you're not doing pretty much anything. Um, Victory cards, Karenga. We have thought about the idea of victory cards. It is potential. It's not really built into the game at the moment, but there is potential for that in the far future of us implementing something like that. It looks like over here, Spaceship was able to get in on the left side and take over. Spaceship has Consolidate, it's a little difficult to see with the these two colors being the same, but he has consolidated a lot of this land. Merv coming out.
Oh.
We got Hydras coming out on Spaceship. 6 minutes left in the game. But NVR is getting eaten up. He betrays. And all that land is going to go to Spaceship, though. The points per kill is based off of the how well the player you killed is doing. So you get more points for a kill if the player is bigger and has done more in the game than if he just didn't do anything.
Mm.
So if you got early kills and that player didn't get big or didn't do a lot in the game, you're going to get less points as opposed to if you killed like the second place player in the game. And it looks like another Merv goes out by Spaceship. A lot of Hydros going out also. Spaceship betrays, kills Cerveza. And we still have players on the board who could be killed. Flash actually did end up taking those points from him. So nobody's paying attention over there to those small players to get those kills. Spaceship is still in the lead with 60%, a dominant lead. There is a bit of money on the board. Flash still has 20 mil. Spaceship has 10 mil. Those are the biggest amount of points on the board. We have a whiff of a hydrogen bomb, a misplaced bomb, it looks like. That's very unfortunate to see in an OFM event. We have some little pixels over here by a player. Mini Jamaica could be killable. I don't see any other positions here. So Spaceship leaving a couple of kills on the board in this game. We got Teapot over here too, potentially. Are we going to see Spaceship not push the game and instead go for these kills and then push? We have a tiniest cowboy down here in the bottom right. There's a lot of actually, and Spaceship betrays. He goes for the win. He does get the win without the kills. So he could have gobbled up a couple extra kills on the map had he really just focused in on killing these little guys. But instead, he goes for the win in general, which is nice. Let's look at a round 3 game now. This one should be the Indian subcontinent. Looks like that's not a possible game yet. Neither is that one. We can just go through it quickly. So over here we have, this is the Indian subcontinent. We think this is a pretty competitive, fun map because of the way the river systems form. It's very triangular, so you can circle around the map, push down the river systems, and get everywhere. There's also some good dynamism with the terrain. So we have a little mountain fortress. We have some unrivered land over here you can build up. But we have Saranub, we have Alpha, Ravenflock, Zwiper in this game right here.
Just saw Pregnar got cleared out there in the south of the peninsula. That's a
Right
name
now
I
over here.
recognize.
There's a lot of players who they're not going for kills as much maybe as might have hoped. We have Mastery over here taking over the map.
Ooh.
Saranub getting merved. And will this end in an 80% win? They've got a couple minutes to do it. Mastery should be able to. There's not a lot of, and he gets merved.
So, sorry, is there a difference in if the game ends and he's not got the 80% win, is he still claiming first place points, or is there special points for actually getting across the 80% finish line?
You win by domination if you get across the 80%, and that is a bonus. You do want to win by 80%. It's just whether or not you
Okay.
get a lot of kills before that. You could stall the game out, or you just lose. That's the difference there.
Semis in 10 mins, says Zixa.
Zykes are semifinals in 10 minutes. Awesome. So we're going to gear up. Let's see if there's any announcements on
Karinga in
leaderboard.
my chat says, "What is the point of the grid overlay you see when you press M?" The grid overlay is helps you call out locations on the map, especially useful for team games. Rather than saying up there in the top right corner, no over there, no over there. You can call out the grid location and very directly tell your teammate to fire the hydro over there.
All right, so we're waiting
Um,
for then the semifinal game link to be sent.
it's been a little bit of debate in chat about the scoring system, and all of that can be saved for when the tournament asks for opinions, reviews, which they will do, which they always do. They always want feedback from the entire community, as you know, guys.
Yes,
And so there will be time for feedback.
the forum on the Discord is live for feedback. If you have specific and actionable feedback, not just complaining. I know it's fun to complain, but you can use the forums to give us specific suggestion that is actionable that we can implement that you think would improve the game. There are a lot of things to consider in these decision making opportunities. There are things that maybe are not you might be used to being done a certain way, but they're not the best for game health or for popularity. But we will take those suggestions in kind. We will take them seriously. We do look at all of them. We do consider them internally, so they are not being lost to the wind. If you put it in the forums and it's a serious suggestion, they are considered. Let's see. We can probably run through a quick another game. Doo-doo.
I'm really excited to see the leaderboard. See who got through, see who didn't, see if Valera, who's left chat, see if he got through or not, see if Roy's striking spliff got through.
Let's see if we can grab that from him real quick. In the meantime, let's check out the Two Lakes. So here we have a game from round 4, I believe. Two Lakes is a big map. Again, with that circularity, we have the dimension in the middle being able to cross. We have multiple avenues for trade, making it a decent competitive map. So starting out, being very quick, we have Anto in this game. He has popped up. We have Mole again in the bottom. We have the Sharktopus, who did well in one of the games. We have Aita up 1. We have Royal Pug over here. Whalefall. We have Hayray. We have Gandhi. I'm guessing that's Gandalf.
It's like
Spaceship.
Gandalf, yeah.
Spaceship getting kind of destroyed in the beginning of this game. That is unfortunate for him. We have Muck Panda, a prominent EU player over here in the left side. And this Make player. Make player is snowballing pretty quickly in this game. It looks like Muck Panda is in a good position here. He has a little bit of a bunker set up. He's got good train lines being set up here. So he has good eco. I'm curious if people will continue to go for kills. Looks like Make is going to go for kills over here. Whalefall also trying to clean up a player. Tiny's Cowboy being tiny.
I think my Roy's member was in this game, but he got eliminated super quick.
That is unfortunate. Not making it to the mid game so that the caster can see your name. That is kind of sad, not gonna lie. We got 5 minutes here. Lake is a big map. People underestimate how much land you can take with troops on this map, just because it is so big in comparison. Just like there's a lot of pixels on this map.
And not that many rivers. The type of map where a full send can just roll through the map.
Correct. But you will lose a lot of troops doing that.
Remorse. This is just the replays. These semis are started in 2 or 3 minutes. These are the qualifier replays.
So we are waiting for the. We have the list posted for the leaderboard
Leaderboard.
right here.
Okay.
So sitting at number 1, we have Spaceship, who has qualified with the most points. Uni, we have this this fart player, Whalefall, Raccoon, Gandhi, Anto. I woke up 5 minutes ago. That is Ultimus Rex, I believe. Imperium Romanum, Make 14. That's the
Oof.
top 10 of the qualifiers. Then we have the continued list down here. So we got a lot of notable names. We have Alpha, Pregnar, Milk Panda again. That cute dude qualified. We have NVR. We have the Sorry
Dougie.
Noob, Dougie Jr. You're going to be in the semis. We have a lot of people here. Royam.
Zwiper 70th. Potato 65th.
We got Paragon, Portado,
Pira
Inksock,
75th.
Pura Mole coming back qualifying. ICUP, which is Sparkles. We have Revenflock. We have Sinphysma. We have Ramen. We have a Japanese player in here. Nice.
Spliff finished 111th. There are no Roys in the semis. Oh no.
Unfortunate result. Rest in peace. I think that clan might end up collapsing eventually. That's
no, dude. No. We just need more time. More time, okay? That's all we
True.
need.
It takes a lot of time and effort to build up some comp players. So.
And if I wasn't so busy casting, I'd probably be in the top of the board there, I think. Now, I think, honestly, hand on heart, I think I could have like snuck in at like 70th, 80th, and been in the semis for sure. For sure.
Oh, probably. We have a lot of like unknown or I'm not going to say lower skilled, but less competitive players getting into semis, and this is where they'll start to get kind of weeded out more. So that was a quick kill. Oh, do we have it?
Do we have links for semi?
Let's see. I don't see a link yet. It hasn't gone out yet.
Is that going to be in what text channel will the game links be in?
You should be able to see this one in the staff overview, if I am correct.
Staff overview, okay.
That should pop up pretty quickly when it starts.
Right, okay. Very anxious to not miss the link. Yeah, okay. I need to make sure I've got my OFM tag on as well. I'm going to put my stream on face cam so it's impossible for me to leak any information. You guys will have to look at my ugly mug.
I'm not certain if they'll give us a replay link or a live link. We'll see how that works out.
Okay, semis are starting very, very soon, guys. And it was the top 91 players that got through from the qualifiers. So well done to those 91 players. Really well done. This is the most this is the OFM tournament with the most participants ever so far.
Yes, it is.
So that is a very good sign, a very good signal of interest from the player base.
You know, I think the players are there who want to play competitive. There just hasn't been a great way for people to get involved, and we'd like to make that a lot more accessible to the average player to participate in the competitive scene in general, and not just have the same 25 people dominating all the tournaments. So I hope we see a lot of new names here.
Okay, you give me a heads up if that link goes live. I'll interact with these hoodlums in the chat. Are the points from qualifiers still important? No. Is that Eagle Eye qualifier points completely gone now? Yeah.
Correct. We are. It's all
Yeah.
about how you perform in this game and the finals game.
So this semi-final, 91 players, and is it half of the players to the final or the top 50?
It looks it's top 50%. So fifty
Top
percent of the
50%.
players.
So that's going to be 45 or 46 players from the semi-final, and it's just one game, just one FFA in the semi-final.
Yep.
The top half go through to the final, which is just one FFA, and then we have our winners. Yeah,
Perform or die. This is it. This is the grand finals. If you don't do well, if you get unlucky, something unfortunate happens, yeah, disconnect. It's sudden death scenario at this point. What is that mug I'm looking on your screen? Oh my gosh.
huh?
I got that whatever just popped up on your screen there with your mug. That was
Uh, that is a Grok AI video of me being angry.
of you being angry. Grok has the
Yes,
funniest videos you can make on it. That's
yes. Vilra got through in 21st. Nice, very nice. Hey Trojo, how's it going? Got to tell Eagle. Yeah,
nice.
Eagle will know.
Yeah.
I've told Eagle.
Yeah, I stopped there. Good job. Good job. We told you the UI is broken uh, for the in the server, and so we recalculated the games internally to make sure that they were accurate. So you should have the accurate standings right now for these semifinals.
Top half based on points, and final is just based on land. Okay, slightly different scoring system for the final. Yeah, everybody lock in. Lock in, dude. Lock in. Where did that leaderboard get posted? Sorry for my boomer
Yeah,
technology non
players
understanding.
players dash info.
Got it.
Players
Awesome.
dash
Okay.
info. You can pull that up to the stream. I don't think anything will be leaked if you just look at the leaderboard there.
Yeah. Yeah. So people that only just got through. Let's see if I recognize any names. This iCup, I've definitely seen iCup before.
That's
Mole, the
Sparkles.
Czech player you mentioned, only just slipped through at 76th.
Yep.
Revenflock, that's a name I recognize for sure. 84th. That was very close. Um, Villa says he got 21st, but he says he wasn't feeling positive. Now,
So
how do I know, Villa? Did
it
I
looks
misunderstand Villa?
I think that's his that's one of his anon names that he goes by.
Right. So he must have, yeah. To think that to be not sure whether you got through to then score 21st on the board, that's insane.
I think
You must have got very lucky.
he might have been a little confused. Vera might get confused easily.
Yeah, true. Is there a bracket site where we can see any info? If you've signed up to the tournament, you can see this leaderboard, I'm sure. Zeltrek says, Yo, did you make Openfront? Yes, I did. I am Evan. It is me. No. No, I didn't. A good guy called Evan made Openfront.
Semis are starting soon, Wheeler. They are starting imminently. We are waiting for the game links to go out.
What does the star mean next to the names in the leaderboards?
You know, I'm not certain.
They're on about half or 60% of all the names.
That is a Zixer question, but I'm sure it's just like a
It's a question.
categorization thing.
Chuli placed 15th on your first tournament. Happy with that? That is very good. That is very good. Good job.
Well, Chewy, you haven't placed yet. You've qualified in 15th position, but you have not placed yet.
This is just the qualifiers, guys. There is a semis game where the top 91 players will play again, and then the top half of those will go through to the final game.
Should be just a few more minutes until the game link is posted. We're gonna have some live casting going on.
So who's Uni? Do you know the name Uni, or is that an alt?
I do not know the name Uni. So for some people have decided to use like anonymous names, even though anonymous is on. So it might be just a player we know just using a name. It might not be an alt in itself. We will be running integrity evaluation after the tournament before we post the final results. If there's any questions about that, in order to make sure that there are no alt situations or any kind of competitive integrity questions about the results of the tournament. So we'll know generally when the game happens, how people performed, but the final official results won't be until a little bit after.
I can't really think of much reason to play with an alt, considering everyone's names were hidden.
Yeah,
Um,
if
yeah,
they were moderated in official Openfront before, like OFM is abiding by all official bans, for example, and so if they're banned from Openfront, they try and get in on an alt, thinking they can win something, but ultimately, like we have some decent integrity processes which are being implemented, which will be able to catch pretty much everyone. For the minors, there are no like it's not like there are rewards. You're not winning money for the minors. You do have the opportunity to qualify for the major tournaments, which will be mostly invite. Um, so there, but those will be screened a lot more, and those will have the prizes actually available, whether it's money or skins or plutonium, which will be awesome. Maybe Enzo.
add in the
Enzo does
yeah.
love using weird names.
As soon as the cash prizes get involved, things can sometimes get interesting and more complicated.
Yes, that's
Um,
why it needs to be very heavily moderated, right?
yeah, yeah, and obviously the pros of the cash prizes is that there's real hunger to play and to win. There's a real incentive. You know, a lot of the guys playing are maybe young lads, and a bit of a cash prize. You know, is a big prize, isn't it? You know, people like cash. So it obviously increases the hunger and the drive to play and to win, but with that comes people trying to skate around the rules, to find ways around the rules, and yeah, that's why the OFM staff, like Eagle Eye just said, have to be on the ball with how they manage these things.
Yes, and remember, this is the first beta tournament. We are implementing a lot of new systems that just didn't exist in the past. There was no integrity process. There was no automatic game hosting bots, no sophisticated stat tracking, anything like that. Nothing was being implemented, and we are implementing it. We're going to turn this. We're turning OFM to a professional esports organization. That is the end goal of our process here, and this is the very first iteration of it. So we hope you guys stay with us and continue on our journey to actually making a good organization and some entertaining gameplay.
Any news on when we get the semi link? Is there any delays? Anything going on?
I don't see any news. We are kind of subjugated in this casting voice channel. Uh,
I don't mind if you want to poke your head in. I'll try and entertain. I suppose you've got your own stream going on. Actually, no, you can't do that.
yeah. I'm messaging right now to see.
Let's do an
We have
FAQ while waiting. While Zixer is updating the semis.
okay. So he's
Be
doing
soon.
some small integrity checks. That's fine. Uh, Do you have some more questions about OFM in specific? Otherwise, I will also pull up another game we can look at.
Questions, guys, about Openfront or Openfront Masters. Otherwise, I'll just start talking about my own clan and advertising myself to you. When is the semi final? That's a good
Well,
question. That's the main question. It's very soon.
is very soon. We'll pull up another game. One is from round 5. If you have any questions from chat, we'll also answer them. Uh, we can do that. So here, Montreal again, another good map for competitive. We have this mastery player up here in the middle. We have Hope Slayer, we have Corey, we have Piro right here in the bottom. We have a couple people. We have this Flash guy. We have SMS Fun. We have, oh, here's an interesting player. This is, I woke up 5 minutes ago. So this is, presumably, this will be Rex. Here, we have Mole in the top right. CC Clouds Limited in the top. And Fizma in the top left. Mighty Eagle Empire. I don't know who this is. This is not me, I promise. But it is a Mighty Eagle Empire. So let's see if that one, if he does any good. If he's good at the game, okay, we'll say he's one of us. If he's not good at the game, he's not related to me at all. Okay, so
I've got some questions in chat, Eagle. Um, how many people are sorry, who qualifies for the majors from the minors? Is it top 5? Is it handpicked?
So we'll have a scoring system fleshed out once the official minors start. Obviously, this is the beta tournament for testing systems. But
Okay.
once the actual minors start up, we'll have a scoring system based on how well you did in those minors in order to qualify. And there may be some handpicked things there happening. But that process will be made public that people won't be able to know if they do well, do like top 5% in a minor, are they going to qualify for the major, for example? They will be able to know something like that when we do publish those. Um, Anybody can play in the minors, so everyone has an opportunity to qualify for the majors through the minor tournaments. We're starting the semis, so we have we're doing an integrity run through the player list really quickly before we start the semifinals, just to make sure that the semifinals actually run fairly. So imminently, I will say. It's not going to be another half hour thing. It will be a little quicker than that. It'll probably be 10 more minutes. I'm not going to give any time frames, but that's generally what we're thinking. I woke
Is
up,
is um is
go
one
ahead.
of the reasons that we have to be particular about who plays in the majors? Is it again for integrity purposes, so we know who we're dealing with? Is that the main reason?
Yes, that is correct. There has been cases in the past where players will play, for example, on multiple accounts to try and get multiple earnings or just benefit themselves in games or in standings, etc. And we'd like to prevent that from happening in the future. It is very bad for the health of the game, for the health of the competitive community in general. And also, there is money being given out. And so whenever that is the case, we want to make sure that it's being given out to the correct people, to the unique people who are actually doing their best and performing. Because if you're a competitive player, if you're a good player in Openfront, you're putting a lot of time and effort into being good and actually coordinating with players if it's a team game and learning strategies and tactics. There's a lot of effort. And we want to make sure the proper people are rewarded for that. And so it is necessary for that to happen, that integrity thing to happen.
Because it is just a browser game at the end of the day. Not to try and down talk the game, it is a browser game. It is free to play. This is the internet, and for the majors with those cash prizes available, um, having to at least somewhat vet the people that participate is basically essential to make
Yes.
sure that nobody is cheated out of their rightful prize.
In any kind of esport that starts to grow, OpenRun has grown exponentially over the past year, and the comp side will continue to grow with our new strategies we're implementing, and so it's going to end up having like you typically don't see anonymous players at high level esports. Like people generally know who the good players are um, from the outside, like looking in, and so we'd like to maintain that. We'd like to get the people, because the people also deserve recognition. If you're good at the game, you should deserve some recognition. You should have a little bit of fame and glory attached to
Oh hell
yourself.
yeah. Zixa says game link posting in 2 mins.
2 minutes, perfect.
Villara's saying that he might have an issue with the role for the semis. Villara, me and Eagle Eye aren't the best people to try and notify this to. It's the guys not
Yeah,
casted.
you need to start a ticket immediately and ping. Make sure that if you have an issue there, that it is correct.
Sorrow good. There's no cash prizes for this tournament, but in the majors there are either cash prizes. There has been in the past crypto prizes, and the game now has an in-game currency, plutonium. So the prizes might be plutonium, which uh, translate to cash in a way.
Uh,
Chuli says, "Will it come to Steam someday?" Yes, hopefully this year.
yes, I've heard some rumors. Don't not going to leak anything, but it is coming soon. TM. I know
Soon.
it's coming soon. TM.
It's coming in this half of the 21st century. I am hyped for this link. This is one free for all game where the 91 people that qualified are going to be through to the final. Sorry, half of the 91 people will go through to the final. It's going to be intense to watch. It's going to be full of names that you recognize. The names will be visible on my screen. I have a 60-second delay, so I think there was a message in the Discord about yeah, Zixa said in the Discord, your names will be displayed on the stream. I suggest you switch these to Anon if you do not want to be affected at all. There is a 60-second stream delay.
Yep.
Okay, let's make sure I get this link. Let me know if there's a link.
There is a link. You can join the staff overview. You can look at the link. Don't leak it. There's a
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
whitelist, so it should be fine. We have implemented some technical stuff behind the scenes to make sure that even if it is leaked, it should minimize any damage you might have.
I've never leaked a link in my life, good sir.
Never in your life, I know.
Not once.
Never,
All
not
right. I'm
once.
I'm in the lobby. The HTML is hidden. I've hidden the game code. I can show the lobby, correct?
Yes, you should be able to.
Okay, guys. We are finally here at the semis.
We have 91 players, 91 of the top players who qualified, the top roughly 50%. That's 91 total. We have some excellent names in here. It looks like it's going to be a very interesting game. The map choice, let's see, it looks like Indian subcontinent rolled for the semifinals. This is one of the newer maps that was added. It is a very competitive, heavy map. You can go across the map through the middle. There's a little bit of pirating and island opportunity to play in here. And some dynamism with the terrain. So you have a big mountain bunker in the top right. You have a bunch of land on the left with no river access. So you kind of have a trade off with land versus economy. So this should be pretty interesting. We are starting in 20 seconds.
We've got a few. Let's see these names. Yeah, some people are still playing with their name. Big balls. I like it. Also, just to be nerd out on the map here, always Millennial talking about realism. Indian subcontinent, one of the great centers of civilization, often overlooked because European history is obviously more popular.
We have
Here we
game
go.
start. Ooh, this is exciting. We have a lot of spawning. Looks like a very small amount of people are spawning near the tip. We got 2 people. We have 1 island maxer. Looks like Thekin is going to be going on the right side island to try and island max. We have a couple of mountain spawners. People want to bunker up and try and play for the later game. We have a lot of people on the left side. There is a big chunk of land there, but it has no river access. That's going to leave them landlocked in the top left side of the map. And the central part of the map is very populated also. So we'll see here. We have people boating out very immediately. If they spawn next to the river, that is ideally what you want to see. We have people like Rami and Uni, and this Anon 117 player doing it.
The island trade maxing strategy is valid in this format because points are given on how many people you survive. You probably won't get many player eliminations, but you will survive. I know there's a different scoring format for the final, but is the semi final the same scoring format as the qualifiers?
Well, let me pull up the rulebook very quickly to make sure that it is clear. Event format. The semifinal is still points based, so it is the same format as the qualifiers here.
So you can island max and you can be sure that you might survive, but you won't get many eliminations and you probably won't make the top leaderboard at the end, but you'll score points based on surviving. Um I did see there an Ultimus Rex name on my screen, which caught me by surprise because he was playing under an alias. Maybe he's chosen his real name, or maybe that is someone playing under a fake Ultimus Rex name.
Interesting. I am scanning over it really quickly to see if you can find him. I don't see it.
It's light green in the Great Greenlands next to Pyra
Ah,
Pyrrha.
yes, it is. That is a skin he likes to use also, so you might have gone non-anonymous for this. We have in the top right, we have Paragunner, obviously Paragon, taking some land in those mountains. We have French troops, who is a player, taking the corner itself with the China embassy in the corner. We have Smilo and Solo being in the tip of India over in Sri Lanka. And it's funny, this player decided to go by Carthage tribe, which is funny because he's not a tribe, nor is he a nation. Looks like we have Inksock in the middle. This kind of middle area, it's a lot of greenland, but because a lot of players spawn there, they're kind of smaller in size
Yeah,
compared to the left side where there were less players who spawn there because there's not a lot of trade. You do have to factory max if you're landlocked over here. And so it should be
yeah.
interesting, the dynamic in sizes between these two areas.
It's the classic trade off. There are objective benefits to spawning in the Greenland, but that makes the Greenland more popular. And there are objective benefits to spawning in a less densely populated area. So, with a set of good players like are in this lobby, you'll see the players spread out, and people will be weighing up those pros and cons between Greenland and contested land.
You see a lot of boats happening going out. So you have people trying to spread out and trying to get around the map, likely taking alliances to guarantee the safety that their boats cross. So we have this
I
funny guy here performing a 110 troop boat bank from far away. That is funny, I will admit.
I think securing a tiny island is kind of like an insurance policy, right? You don't have to island max, but you could still secure a tiny island, and that might still secure you more points in the game through surviving longer.
Potentially, and over here we have like 150 kind of just staying here on little island in the Maldives. And Solo also has taken all those islands. Those are going to be a pain to clean up. Like if I were a player in this game, I would not be trying to eliminate Solo. I would leave him alone because this is impossible. This is a tough ask to try and get along over here. Taking a little easier, he's port maxing. He's got 2 ports, no cities, so he's just sitting on this island hoping the trade comes in. He doesn't even have a warship out, just kind of a sitting duck in that bottom right corner. On this right side, near the Bengal area, we have Alpha, Pira, Rex. Uh, Pira looks like he's trying to spread out across this Delta system in order to try and get borders with more players. We have Portado. Portado betrayed and he dies in this game. Doesn't look like he has any other positions remaining, so that's going to be done for Portado in this game. That is unfortunate in that regard.
A
Over here,
lot of the top players are up in the mountains. A few of those guys up in the mountains are completely landlocked. A few of them have got river systems, but it's interesting to see right now. The guys that spawned in the mountains are definitely overrepresented in the top 10 leaderboard.
that is correct. They're not going to have a lot of opportunities to expand if they're landlocked up there like that. I do see an eagle eye on YouTube. That is not me. That is just a guy using an anonymous name. because he's funny. Uh, he's a funny guy. We have this
Friendly
Kev
guy.
Kev X Lin guy. I think that is Vlira over here. So he got kind of wiped out. He just got a little position standing here. We have NVR who also kind of got wiped out a little bit with a tiny position here. We have in the middle, we have L Big P with the clown skin, just really expanding throughout these river systems.
I think he's in a strong position there.
I,
He's the largest on the board, obviously. It's green pixels. His neighbors aren't very big. None of the top five seem to be his neighbors. And with his back to the water, he could easily consolidate the southern half of this map.
this is true. He also has great trade. Being a player in the middle of the map, in between all the trading lanes, that gives you great average trade with all the players and potential pirate opportunities. Also, there's a trail in the
Oh,
middle of the map
definitely.
next to him, so it looks like Atos is going to try and take advantage of that. So is Rex, and so is L right here. So all this land, that betrayal, he tried to take a little bit of land from this dying player, but he betrayed to do it, and that will end up being his death. We also have Make 14 up here in the middle. He's also spread out a large amount and doing very well.
Let's see who's in second place. Paragoon are in second place, kind of spread along the eastern border. He's
Oh,
got a
look,
lot of cities,
he got
only one
access to the
port.
river. He was one of the mountain spawner. He got access to the river and ended up getting out there. So that's his only opportunity to really expand.
He's not made much use of it so far, only one port. I'd expect him to start getting up a few more, to be honest.
Very true. He's got 6 factories though. He's factory maxing, and that's something we hope to see in OFMs with different game modes, with new maps, with more players. Is that there's a lot more factories on the board. It's kind of an underutilized structure in that game in the competitive play, and so we want to see everything in the game be utilized generally.
I can see a lot of very unmistakable triangular missile silos being built. You can, if you zoom out, you just see lots of triangles popping up. It's that stage of the game now where if you don't have a missile silo, you could die very fast.
This is very true. We have a couple of hydros on the board. L in the middle. We have Paragon. We have this guy over here who has a lot of eco. He has 8 ports and 6 factories right here in the middle. That is very nice. And he's killing another guy over here, the funny guy. Rest in peace, funny guy. Looks like he's going to die to a 300k attack. Varshard up here in the top is also getting very big, grabbing some of these island, or not island, but mountain players. We have some players are really boosting their economy. Other players, not at all, really. There will be a substantial difference in the mid and end game for the players who built economy versus those who did not. For example, these guys on the left side, they stayed pretty safe and they just started building up, kind of like a metropolis. They're playing SimCity over here. So it is interesting to see this.
L Big P able to finally consolidate the bottom half of the map. He's moving into butters.
He had to use a
Paraguna
Hydro.
has caught up.
Oh, looks like he did take advantage of those rivers very quickly. And LBP had to use a Hydro in order to consolidate the bottom. That is unfortunate for him. But he still has a large amount of gold with that. Looks like this guy over here is, with all his eco buildings and killing multiple players, he has 21 mil. He's going to end up getting a Merv. But
Ooh.
that's going to be the first Merv in the game. If he chooses to use it, he could either reinvest it or just use it as a deterrence.
Yeah, a Merv this early when the enemies are only 5% of total map control isn't very useful.
Yeah, we have a Hydro from across the map by Rex. So he betrayed in order to do it. I'm guessing there was some funny stuff happening, and that was a spite
Ooh.
Hydro,
Rest
potentially.
in peace, Rex. Yeah, he's just been eliminated. Also, we missed Revenflock. Took a big hydro as well. Revenflock's getting removed now by Tiniest Cowboy.
Tiniest Cowboy. That is unfortunate. Goodbye, Reverend Flock. So another mountain player then being getting access to the river, so maybe they can start boating out a little bit. Well, Ravenflock had a hydro money. They didn't stop him from making that silo. And so these guys who were killing him, looks like Paragunner, Doobie Doo, and Alpha all got hit with that hydro.
Hydro from Flu onto Anon in the top left corner, and Flu moves in. Unable to fully move in because the Hydro Crater blocks him. It's really enjoyable to see when the pro players play a game of Openfront and how serious the game is taken and how serious the consequences are. The game plays differently. It's completely different to a public FFA, which can swing one way and then the next. When the stakes are this high, the game plays in a much more serious and thoughtful way.
Yeah, people tend to, they try and make better decisions. They're not, in general, they're less spiteful. They might ally up with a player that they've been fighting if they see a threat coming in from another side.
Mhm.
They're doing things like micro-targeting silos. That's something you don't generally see in non-competitive games. You don't see people targeting silos as much. You see them all over the map, atom bombs just being spread out, killing silos so that people can't retaliate using them. Looks like Atos is going to get eaten up by his neighbors. We have
Zixer is saying in chat that placement in the final is based off your total score. I think he's referring to score from qualifiers. Or is he referring to score? It's based off the score, yeah,
ah,
including the qualifier
including
score.
the qualifiers. Interesting. So if you're at the
Right,
bottom of
okay.
that qualifier list, you do need to perform a little better in the semis uh, to get to that finals.
Yeah, we may have misled some chat members there on that one. My bad.
That's okay. If they weren't doing well either way, they weren't going to qualify anyway. So
Yeah.
this is a big city being built in this left side without having any port access. They are building up a lot of economy here. We have a guy with 21 factories. He's playing World War II simulator right now with his industry.
We've seen a lot of the big players, well, a lot of the players' names that I know seem to have been eliminated. Like Zixer said, don't worry, your qualifier points might actually pull you through to the final.
Yes. Remember, if you're in this game, you think you might have died early, wait until the finals are announced to see if you get qualified for them based on your previous performance. Milk Panda, you got hydroed on that Revan flock. That's unfortunate. NVR getting eaten up by this guy over here. That will be, and he betrays to give away his land. Not really giving away anything significant. Give away one city, it looks like. We
It's
have a
still L Big
mitochondria.
P. Oh, where's the mitochondria? Who is he?
We have Ramen, one of the Japanese players, over in around the Gujarat areas. He's building up. He's got 33 factories built up now at this point. No access to the water. He's just going to be eco-maxing. That is
Whereabouts is
funny.
that?
Uh, in Gujarat, next to Argonaut, to the right of Argonaut.
To the right of Argonauts. Oh, I see. This player inside the pixels.
Yeah,
These red factories, yeah, nice, nice. Pure factories as well. If anyone ever sends you the money bag in game and wants to be your mitochondria, if they're only building factories, you can trust them. As soon as they build a city, destroy them,
I
remove
mean,
them straight away.
he's got 5 cities. I don't know. That could be
Oh, I don't know.
questionable.
I'd get rid of this guy. I don't trust this guy.
He got He's got
Yeah,
how much gold does he have to? He's got 2 mil. He's reinvesting it pretty quickly.
20 mil. Yeah.
2 mil. Stanley has 20 mil. We
L
haven't.
Big P still with the crown, but he's only 0.3% ahead of everybody else. So in terms of scaling and trying to run away with a snowball, he's not done that, which is okay. He's still in first place, but the board is becoming more balanced now, and there's more competitors that could also stand a better chance of winning.
Yes, there is almost 4 minutes left in the game, and so at this point, you're going to want to try and get those last-minute kills in. Make sure that you actually can qualify if you are on the edge. And we have a Merv. We have the first Merv go out on Doobie Doobie Doo, and looks like Make Love Not War is taking advantage of that. Everyone else is kind of going for the nuked land in the middle. So looks like he was Merved, but the person who Merved him was not able to take advantage of that.
Have you seen the cash that this guy over here is sitting on? 78 million.
70, this guy over here, yeah, that is
Yeah,
nuts.
left side of the board.
He benefited from being near the city people, city folk, and well, we just have a on the left side. Flo just got hydroed by his mitochondria, and big scent from him. That is devastating to Flo. That's unfortunate.
Got Enzo plays in chat saying, "Is the last game? Is there a time limit on the last game? There's a time limit on this game, so I'm guessing that there is also for
Yes,
the final." Enzo,
there will be a time limit on the last game also. Otherwise, people will tend to just stalemate out for the entire duration of a final. How you doing, Enzo?
3 minutes left. So if this was you, Eagle Eye, 3 minutes left. Considering the scoring system for this tournament and how that affects the meta, are you going to play a safe end game or a risky end game?
What I'm doing here personally, I'm saving up gold and I'm going to prepare to kill off anyone who could be killed with hydrogen bombs. So if I see a player who could get a kill, for example, on the Jev player, the Japanese player over here, who's mitochondrian, this guy is getting a hydrogen and no one's getting that kill. I'm making sure that the parity, the difference in points between me and all the other players, stays low. So anytime that they can get an opportunity for an attack, I would basically just try and hydro out anyone who can try and get a kill on another player. That's
Does
what I
a
would
does a
do.
nuke removal count as an elimination? Because in previous tournaments it hasn't.
I believe it does not in the code at the moment. And so even if I don't get the points, it's more about stopping the other player near them from getting the points.
Okay, okay. I think we're going to see a wave of bombs starting pretty soon.
We
With
sh-
the amount of money on this board, 96 mil on this guy over here, 50 mil on fourth place, L Big P 70 mil. We could just see a wave of hydros across the map.
we could see
And
that, or we could just see the stall. Nobody could want to move. There could be alliance timers up. If you're allied with people at the end of the game, like why would you betray and lose your land? So there's a lot of things that could be
Mhm.
happening in players' minds right now, whether or not they want to use their money or not. There should be maybe a potential scoring system for throwing nukes at the end of the game. That could be interesting if implemented. Maybe that'll go into the suggestion box.
Just saw a hydro exchange there in the top left corner between Anon and Name. Baldwin's moving into the hydro crater, and he's actually stopped the Name player from conquering the rest of Anon.
Interesting. It's like that flow player would get hydros from me in these last few seconds. The Anon player would either get killed or I would just hydro the Anon player. Anyone small who is hydroable would be getting
I've
hydroed by
just
me
I've just
right
seen
now.
Fallen place about 15 missile silos. Orange Fallen in the middle of the map. He has just spammed about 15 missile silos.
Yes, he
So
has.
I hope he does something crazy. 20 seconds to go. Paraguna in first place.
We got a
Hydro there
betrayal.
from
Ooh,
Merv on
Merv.
Paraguna.
That is
What
interesting.
else? Hydro starting to fly. Just a couple. Couple
Only
cheeky hydros.
only a couple. They should have started that a lot earlier if they wanted to make any significant difference in the game. But I just get a lot of money is left on the board just unused, which is always interesting. But that game is over. It's like L Big P ended up getting the total win, and so right now what's going to end up happening is the game is going to be simulated, and just make sure that they have the correct stats, and then the link to the final game will pop up.
Nice. I'm going to go back to the player leaderboard until maybe we get a replay or we do something else. Okay, that was the semi-final, guys. Now, points qualifiers for the final is your points from that game and your points from the qualifiers. So if you think you didn't do that well, don't leave your computer. Don't go and make some noodles. Stick around because you might have actually qualified. Uh, so yeah, we will see. Apparently, some of the people got ads there at the worst time possible. That's unfortunate. There won't be ads
Uh,
on the VODs, guys.
let's see. Zixer says the finalist list will be posted shortly, so we're just waiting for the game to be ran through to make sure that everything was calculated correctly. And then just a reminder for everyone who is watching, Zixer will be joining us after the tournament in order to have a little quick interview and just an introduction to who he is and his general vision and how the tournament went in his view.
I wonder how many people had to watch ads right there. When will the final be? Soon, very soon.
Oh, who do we have? Jada Draw is making a mistake. He accidentally joined the Casting VC Classic.
Classic mistake there. Yeah, I don't remember seeing Dougie in the semi-final. Now he might have been playing under an Elias,
So,
or if he
so
was unlucky, he could have got cleared out.
we can check that. Let me see. From our perspective, yep, he was in the game.
He was in the game playing under the Dougie tag.
It looks like he was playing as Dougie Jr. I just didn't see him.
I
He might
didn't.
him he
I
might
didn't
have
see him. So yeah,
died pretty
he might
early.
have got cleared. Unfortunately, I saw Rex didn't go that far. I think he survived until the mid game, but then he got cleared out.
It could be good enough because he was high up there on the leaderboard to qualify for the finals.
Yep. Pug says he has a flight to catch, so even if he qualifies, he can't play. Oh, Dougie changed his name. He was alive. How far did you go,
Oh,
Dougie? Obviously, there's a 60-second delay,
sneaky.
so we'll hear back from him soon. Sneaky Dougie. This stream delay is horrid. Soviet people would use the stream to ruin other people's games if there wasn't a delay. And things that the casters notice that the players don't notice, and it is possible, it happens all the time, would also affect the game. I can't even begin uh, I can't even exaggerate how many times I have said, "Oh, look, there's a easy, atom bomb on this location because there's this amount of constructions and no SAM sites," and then it happens in game. So without the delay, it the casters can affect the gameplay, which is not good. You've never watched a game of football or baseball, and the commentator affects the gameplay. So we wouldn't want that to happen here either. Dougie played as Name. Right, Dougie was top left playing as Name.
Ah, I see. Okay, so he did do decently.
Nice. Very nice. Very nice. I'm quickly gonna get a drink refill. I will be 30 seconds.
30 seconds, he says. All right, guys, we have to talk about, by the time he comes back from getting a drink, you guys will hear me, what I'm saying. When he comes back, you guys need to spam something funny against, like call him bald or something. We need to make sure you call Lonely Millennial bald. Just start typing it now. And then when he comes back, he'll see everything. Yeah, perfect world, no stream delay for sure. That is ideal. Um, right now we're still waiting on the semifinal list. I believe it's being run through the analyzer to make sure that we have the correct points attributed to people. There is going to be one more game left in this tournament. It's going to be the finals. We're coming up on the finals.
The finals. I wore my headset to the kitchen and I heard a conspiracy. What's going on?
I didn't I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see anything in chat either, so they didn't listen to me, obviously.
There is a delay, so whatever you planned might be about to happen.
Oh, it might be. Oh, well, in that case, it had nothing to do with me. Obviously, I'm not saying anything now.
Okay. Chat could have just decided to not go along with it because they just don't want to do that.
I guess they must love you too much. That's
Oh
that. There
no,
we go.
something's
There we
happening now.
go. There we
I'm
go.
someone's calling me bald, so something's going on. Something's going
Yes.
on here, Eagle
Yes.
Eye.
Perfect. Perfect. I mean, I had nothing to do with it.
Balding. Where did the hair go? Eagle Eye. You
I
know
don't know.
I don't have a great hairline.
Chat. Why are you being mean to? What are you talking about? Why are you being mean to him? I didn't do anything.
What the freak, dude?
Whoa,
You know,
Enzo,
it's
no.
Enzo's being racist all of a sudden. Enzo, this is OFM, okay? We can't have any racism. Baldy, bald 22, bald 67, bald, eagle eye. I can't believe
uh,
you've done this.
I can't. I didn't do anything. I have no idea why people are calling you
I
bald.
can't believe you've done this.
You need to go on
Headset bent.
one of those flights to Turkey to get some more hair attached.
Dude, dude, come on. This hair is fine.
uh,
Come on, dudes.
I don't know. If we take a poll in chat, I think we would see differently.
Listen, right? Okay, if I could get some more primes in chat, then maybe I could afford to go to Turkey. But until
True.
there's more primes in chat, then you guys have to stop calling me bald.
uh,
Yeah, famous last words. Chat must have decided to not go along with it, and then there was a wall of bald messages.
oh
Oh
my gosh.
no! It's okay. It's a good job. My ego is impenetrable. It's a good job that I am handsome, charismatic, um, strong in the gym. What else? I got a pull up bar behind me. I can do 10 pull ups.
10
What else?
pull-ups?
What else? 10 pull ups, easy.
That's all.
Um, what's your eagle eye? Eagle eye. Eagle eye. Can't
uh,
believe this. I'm
when
being
you
mugged.
when you do your pull-ups, is it easier because you are bald, so there's less weight on your head?
Eagle eye. Hair reveal right now. Hairline reveal from you, Eagle eye.
It's on YouTube. I got gray hair. I have my
Right.
face cam revealed on YouTube.
Right. You know what? See, let I don't know if I want to do this or not. Eagle eye. I'm subscribed to it. Is there an underscore in there somewhere?
I think it's eagle underscore I for that.
I
But
got you.
I have a couple.
I got you.
I think live streams might be the best way to look at the hair. Uh,
Oh, this guy. You got nice hair though, to be honest.
I know I do. I get. That's because it's the
Yeah.
Turkish genetics. We do the hair the best.
Okay.
That's why,
So if I
obviously.
come to Turkey, are you gonna do my transplant?
well, considering I am in the US,
Are you going to maybe make a trip to Turkey to do me a hair transplant?
um, uh, I am not a medical professional, so I wouldn't want to do that
Okay.
to you.
All right. Okay.
However, if there are enough primes in chat, I will in fact do a hair transplant on Lonely Millennial. If there are enough,
Spliff says, sorry, go on.
we'll call it 100 primes, and we'll do it.
100 primes, and we do a completely unauthorized hair transplant.
uh,
Uh, Spliff says, I want to know, is it a perm? Spliff, if you're asking me if I perm my hair, the answer is no. This is just my curly hair. 10 pull ups don't save you from balding. No, they won't. No, they won't. But the thing is, guys, right? This is the internet. And I know that at least half of you at home haven't been outside for a week, and more, or half of you are more bald than me, or half of you can't even do one pull up. So we'll just leave it there, okay, guys? We'll just leave
isn't
it there.
that's three halves? Are they
Um,
overlapping or?
yes, because one person can be multiple of those things. You see, Eagle Eye.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, try math next time, Eagle Eye. Try math.
I don't understand math. I just click buttons on Openfront. That's how I play. I don't even calculate anything. I just vibe it out.
No. Yeah, vibe click.
Yes. That guy has a K next to his name. That guy has an M. Okay, that guy, the M guy is stronger. Gotta worry about him.
Me and Lewis can go to Turkey together to get the transplant. Yeah, that's a good idea.
True. Have you seen Lewis's hairline, dude? It is bad.
I have.
That is
I have seen it.
bad, bad. He needs
And I look,
he needs
I'm
three
not
or
the
four
type of person.
transplants.
Yeah, he's going to need a lot. I'm not the type of person to insult, but when someone starts, the jokes, then it's fair game. And I had never insulted Lewis until Lewis started calling me bald. Uh,
Lewis
and
called you bald?
Lewis called me bald. And then
Crazy.
when he gave me a face reveal, I was just shocked because I can't imagine be calling someone bald when being super bald. I just can't imagine it.
Maybe you should be careful. If he does your hair transplant, that might be he might make you bald instead. He might steal your
Yeah.
hair from you.
Yeah, I don't want that. No, I don't want that. So my mega plan is to become OFM number one streamer. Um, Openfront becomes the biggest thing ever, thanks to me. Evan gives me a COO position over Lewis. I become
Ooh,
Lewis's boss.
ooh.
Then, with all of that plutonium, I go to Turkey and get hair like you, Eagle Eye. That's my grand master plan.
Plutonium, paying with plutonium. That might actually
Yes.
work with the way that
Well, if
inflation.
Openfront has become the biggest game in the world, then plutonium by then, in 3 years from now, will be a valid currency in Turkey, I assume.
True. When are we launching our crypto coin? That's the question. When are we going to rug pull a
Very
crypto
good
coin?
question.
That could do a lot.
Vilra says to me, "What do you mean you don't insult? You said to me fringe reveal. That wasn't an insult, Vilra. You just the title of your stream when you was playing that game was face reveal. But the way the webcam was angled, and because you have like a long, you know, Zoomer Gen Z fringe, there was more fringe than face. So I commented saying fringe reveal. Um, that's not an insult though. That's just an objective observation.
True. Like when chat called Lonely Millennial bald. Yeah, that is a
Yeah,
subjective.
like when you all called me bald, even though I'm not bald. I'm on my way. I'm on my way for sure. It's all the stress from dealing with you guys in chat. What did I miss? Heard Lonely becoming Lewis's boss. Yeah, soon. Very soon.
That might have already happened. He might already be his boss, and we're just keeping it silent.
OF coin. Yeah, it's called plutonium and it's big news. Um, I've got a question for you, Eagle Eye. Okay.
What's up?
If you were in my shoes, I'm starting my Roy's clan, and we with new. Um, and I have members, but what I need is to pick up one or two experienced players that can co-lead my team because I'm casting and I need someone to lead the boys.
Right.
Um, what would be the best strategy to find those people other than asking on stream in third person perspective like I'm doing right now?
Man, that is tough because, a lot of people think they're good at coordinating teams and they're not. Even very good players who are good mechanically are just very bad at coordinating teams in general. Like the amount of players you're talking about, like I'm assuming you want someone who's actually good at that. It would be like less than five. It might be six. It might be six. People who are capable of actually coordinating teams like
Okay,
on an efficient level. The
let's lower the bar a little bit then,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm not getting those 5 people, am I? So let's lower the
No.
bar a bit.
So
I need yeah,
you need someone with an authoritative voice who understands the game or is willing to learn how to coordinate team games, effectively. You
yeah,
need them to be able, like, be a student of the game, so they need to be able to watch replays on their own time outside of like playing the games themselves. They have to be willing to be in a backline position, so they can't be just like a frontliner constantly trying to get the crown. They really have to be able to look at the map and see what they're doing. And they need to like look at how other people coordinate their teams, and you take what's best from their coordination, and then you copy it, and then you mimic it, and see if there's any room for improvement and how they do things. Um, on my YouTube, I have a bunch of like squad games that which are squad and small team games, and we coordinate pretty efficiently there. One key thing about coordinating also is like you need a lot of people with microphones to be able to communicate effectively, to coordinate.
yeah,
If you
yeah,
just have people following you on stream, there might be a small delay, like when you need something to be done quickly.
yeah.
Um, but also, like they're just not telling you what they need. Um, it's very difficult to communicate with just emojis in game. Um, you're not able to pay attention to it, that kind of stuff. So yeah,
Uh,
probably a for stream, a second voice chat where the people who play can enter and coordinate
yeah, we
separately
do
from your
that. We
casting.
do that.
Okay,
We have the VC already. And we do team games off stream a lot. We do team games, and we have a core of players that um are good, and we have one or two players that are really good, but don't want to lead because they're just it's not their personality type. You know, they don't want to lead. Um,
right.
and I just need to bring on board one or two people that want to lead this operation with me. Um, yeah, that's what I need.
It's
They
very
don't have to be
difficult,
really good. They don't have to be really good. Just
right?
decent.
Yeah, you might just need to keep churning through players. There's going to be turnover as you find people. Dougie had a similar problem, like trying to find good people or just people in general to coordinate with. When you're a new clan, it's just difficult. You need to keep streaming, like keep a regular stream schedule so people know when you're online, when they'll be online. That'll probably benefit it, finding those people. And then it's just time and building those relationships and talking about what needs to be coordinated when. Um, that's really it. It's hard to recruit players. It really is, especially when
It is, yeah.
a few of the clans take up a majority of the
I
of
know. And
players.
what I want to say, really, something on my chest is some of these clans have hundreds of players, tens of players, and surely there's players on the back benches that think that they could be more if they were a bigger fish in a smaller pond rather than a small fish in a big pond. And
Right.
to any of those players that might be watching my stream, the Roys need you.
The Roys
That's my
need
official
you.
recruitment right there.
True. If you're one of those new competitive players playing in the OFM, there's a lot of potential clans to join. We will have a clan advertising system set up in the OFM server in the near future, where clans who want to be competitive or build like competitive teams will be able to post there and just some basic information, um, so that
Standings.
we have standings.
Yeah, apparently so. Zixa just said it.
Here we go.
New standings. finalists. There we go.
All right, so we have Omnu. We have this guy over here, Fallen on 117, Make 14. Uni, Solo, Mudlicker, Make Love Not War, and Stanley, all sitting in the top 10. At 11, we have Rex. We have some recognizable. We have Alpha at 13. CC Clouds at 21. NVR getting in. Pira getting in. Vlera getting in. Aki. And Deacon. So we got some interesting players. And Name, it looks like. Name, that's Dougie, right? Dougie got in also.
That's Dougie, yeah.
Nice.
Nice. It's
Some
kind of unfortunate that, obviously with the alt names, it's hard for us to keep track of who's who.
right. We have some notable
But yeah.
eliminations. People like Ramen have been eliminated. Cheese Maxing, unfortunately, I know he's in chat. He's been eliminated. Patanek, we have Revan Flock, he's been eliminated. Portado, the saddest person to see gone. He's gone. Ingsock, Eli on YouTube, which is not me, obviously.
Eagle Eye, you got eliminated.
I got eliminated. Zyper
You
got
suck.
eliminated. Sorry, noob. And Mole got eliminated also, looks like. So some notable eliminations for the final round.
This guy here, Royam Durex.
Yes.
I recognize that name. I
Ah,
think from the Bagno tournament.
yes, Royam is another good player. Was he eliminated or did he pass through?
He eliminated in
Rest in peace.
84th place.
That is unfortunate, so he will be out also.
Check Mole eliminated as well. Unfortunate, Mr. Mole. You didn't tell Eagle, so sad. Villa, I tell Eagle everything you want. What do you want me to tell Eagle? Tell Eagle Dougie did find someone good. Does that make sense to you, Eagle?
That does make sense to me, but yeah, maybe he did, maybe he didn't. We'll see.
Villa is so very handsome, says Stream Elements. True.
Oh, you have commands for handsomeness?
That's not a command. That's Stream Elements.
Interesting.
That's not me. I didn't do that.
Huh.
Stream Elements will randomly pick a chatter and then randomly pick one of the 10 pre-scripted descriptions I've gave it. Some are nice, some aren't nice.
Fun. Looks like we're gonna get the link soon to the next game.
So what's on the calendar, Eagle Eye, for the future of OFM? What's next?
So we're going to take a lot of the results from this tournament and look at what broke, some friction points with players joining games, some data about how the games went format-wise and rule-wise, in addition to the feedback from the feedback forums, which will be very pertinent for you guys. If you have any feedback, put that in those forums on the OFM server. And then we're going to start organizing more regular tournaments. So the minors, from an ideal perspective, we'll have them every week, typically around Saturdays, around the same time. We want to have them be frequent so that people have a good way to interact with the community on a regular basis. And then the majors will happen every couple of minors, and those will be based on the qualifications. So realistically, in the past, OFM was like once every couple of months you had an OFM tournament. Now it will be often. You will expect to have a OFM tournament on a regular basis. So keep in mind announcements. Make sure you are paying attention to the OFM server if you want to see when the next tournament is. We'll likely have one next week with alliances disabled in order to test out that game mode. and see how that works with the pacing of the game. But yeah, expect a lot more frequent tournaments, more regular, every week type scenario with the majors interspersing in between them. And then
Nice.
ultimately having grand championships whenever we have a significant event or a couple of majors have been done. We'll have grand championships, which will have a lot larger prizes, a lot more heavy regulated, um, and with proven and tested formats. But that's the general time frame. We're going to start scaling. We started to scale players. We're going to start scaling our social medias. We will soon have official social media accounts set up so that people can follow there, produce some content in that regard. And you may see a lot of new faces. We do plan on expanding a bit of the marketing of Openfront through OFM. And so we're going to be reaching out to a lot of people you would not maybe expect to play Openfront, and some people who you would expect to play Openfront but just haven't found the game yet. We will be reaching out to them and trying to introduce them to the game, to the competitive community, to the scene in general, in order to get them involved and actually grow the game that we all love so much.
Yeah, definitely. And so this is a beta tournament, a test tournament. Is the next tournament going to be another tournament, or is that going to be the official first minor?
If we can fix the technical issues and a lot of the friction stuff, I think it'll be an official one. If not, if there's like some things we're not confident about, right? Want to make sure that we're
Yeah,
providing the best experience and have this all the systems work for the players. So it'll depend on what we can get done in the next week, um,
yeah.
and we'll have that announcement when the announcement comes out. Probably on Monday. You'll know by Monday whether or not it'll be official or another beta. You will know that then.
I think you guys are gonna do OFM a real solid good job. And I think that if you guys, if we I'm part of the team, if we can streamline the entire experience from being a player on the on the Openfront homepage to clicking a link to the Discord to streamlining and simplifying the process of discovering the competitive scene to signing up. And with every time we do one of these tournaments, we can get better, we can condense, we can make it easier. If we can streamline the entire process, then I don't see why we couldn't have hundreds, thousands of players in these tournaments.
Exactly. Potential open front integration on main screen for qualifiers, things like that. Anything that really reduces the friction of the players being able to compete in tournaments. That's what we're going to target and make sure that
Yeah.
we have the players who play open front have access to the competitive scene in general. And it's not just a small enclosed community of players.
Payfer, not sure who that is, but I recognize the name. Does he also play by the name Payfer? Not sure.
I've seen the name
He said
around.
he qualified, but he didn't realize, and so he never played the semi.
That is
Silly.
on. That's unfortunate. That's for sure. Um,
Ben Banowski is asking, is there going to be any tournament similar to his King of the Hill Bagno tournament that was recently?
We have a long list of potential formats to implement and test. King of the Hill is on the list.
I'm excited for some OFM team matches, five teams of five, stuff like that. Anything like that on the on the calendar?
Potentially, we've talked about implementing bigger team games for coordination. The biggest issue with that at the moment is that not a lot of people can put together 5 people, can put together 7 or
Mm.
even 10 people. Um,
Okay.
and
What
so
about four? Can they manage four?
I think 4 is a lot more manageable.
Yeah.
We need to scale the access, the accessibility to it. First. One thing to keep in mind is that the squad game mode is one of the least popular game modes in like public open front. And so
Yeah.
there just needs to be a little bit more support, a little bit more clan support, some more official integration before we can really push that. But those will make a return. It will not go away. That is the classic competitive game mode, right? As the small team squads, and it is a lot of fun to have like 30 players on a map and 30 teams of trios on a map.
Yeah, just to clarify, this final match, no points. It's just maximum territory at. Okay, it's maximum. It's whoever's got the most land by the 20th minute, or whoever wins at 80%, which is good. It's a classic free for all in that sense, really, isn't it? It's just a classic free for all.
It is the classic
Yeah. None of
last man
this
standing.
maximum territory at any point. It's
Nope.
just who wins the game at the end of the game.
Yep. So play to win, boys.
Play to win. We are getting the game link very, very soon.
Looks like game link in less than
Consume the
1 minute.
liquid.
Less than 1 minute.
Yeah, streamlining that process because there are so many thousands of people playing Openfront. If you guys can perfect the OFM Discord, and not that it's not already perfect, but there's so many levels and layers to going through the revision process of asking yourself, is this new person friendly? Is this experience Discord friendly, or is this a layout where people can get lost and confused?
Right. That is something that one of the things we want to keep a lot of things simple and streamlined so that it's very small amount of button presses to get everything. All the information is available out there. And then if you want to go deeper, you have the option of like going deeper into things.
Mhm. I'm on Facecam right now. I am not risking exposing the link. Okay, we have a link. Oh, uh,
It will post in
I'm gonna
staff
wait.
overview. And
Yes,
yes.
yes. I got scared then. Really scared.
Nope.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. No leakeroni.
No
It,
leakeroonies.
it shouldn't matter even if you do leak it because we have the whitelist, but just to be safe.
It's good practice. Okay, there we go. Okay, guys, we have the lobby for the final. Sorry about the wait. It is the final. We've
There's
got
some
Never KN, Mjuk Panda, Alpha, Space Sheep. Who else do we have? Recognizable names: Pregnar, Zixa, Whalefall, Zyxa. Am I saying this right? No, sorry. Zixa's not playing. Zixa's organizing.
uh,
A couple of Lux players in there.
we got Paragon, we got Imperial Romanum, we got NVR, we have Vlira on Kavixlin. We have Aki, who's one of the Japanese players. Stanley JJ. So yeah, we got a good list of people playing. Now, this is going to be winner takes all, so we'll see. This will be where the wheels hit the pavement.
Same map. Looks like the same map.
It 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 might have rolled the same map.
Mjuk Panda says he's going to win. I believe in you, Mjuk Panda. I believe in you. Spliff says you need to use the website, other pipeline. You need to use the website pipe to drive players to the Discord. Yeah, they will. They will. They're talking about integrating the streams and integrating the. They're working on it. Spliff. These guys are masterminds. I'm going to come up with new and creative ways to mispronounce Zeke's name. Okay, we're starting, guys. Are you ready? If you're in the final, good luck.
Let's go. Looks like they are playing the game.
We have begun.
So there were some people in the chat saying they did. It is random what map is selected. We'll probably implement some kind of way so that makes sure it doesn't pop up like twice in a row. Um, but if people did decide not to spawn, they will not. They just lose their game. That's it. We do play. It is automated. We do play the game out.
Why would somebody choose not to spawn?
In previous OFM, in previous tournaments, if a bunch of players just didn't spawn, they would just restart the game. Yeah, they would just push for a restart. The players had a lot of decision, lot of influence on the organizers, and it would just force a respawn by threatening to not participate.
Right. Okay.
We're not doing that anymore. If a game spawns, play the game out unless you are notified otherwise. Striking stuff. You have to say it. You have to say it in a French accent. It's
Uh,
we have the game.
Zizir.
Hello.
I refuse. Okay.
What's up?
I re- I
So,
refuse.
so we are playing this game out. We have a good distribution throughout the map. We have less people spawning in the mountains as the previous game. That's probably smart. They got landlocked, and the same thing on the left side. There were landlocked players there who just didn't get an opportunity to expand. Obviously, when people are playing to win, they're going to spawn a little differently than if they're playing to survive or get kills.
True. True. That definitely changes the meta. Yeah. Survivability is not being scored right now.
We have some notable people in the middle. What we have Lyra on kicks. We have Stanley. We have NVR sitting in the middle area. Going to the left side, we have Clouds. We have Muck Panda. Going to the right, we have looks like Gandalf and Alpha. Gandhi and Alpha are on the right side. Spaceship, Whalefall on the top, and Uni. And Paragon. Paragoner staying in his same spot as last spawn. He really likes that spawn, it looks like.
So this Kvikslin is Villara's alt. He
Yeah.
always seems to choose a name which I can't pronounce.
uh,
Thank you, Villara.
well, that is just the name he's using for this tournament. That should be his main account. Hopefully it is. If it's not, that is a problem for integrity. But that will be dealt
Ooh.
with at a later time. So there will be an integrity process. We run the final game through after the tournament in order to make sure that we have the correct result and that all players were playing in good faith, essentially.
Mm-hmm. Zilka's saying about a certain name being banned there. Banning names must be a difficult thing because it can be a slippery slope of
It,
associations.
yeah, it is. Anything that's like overly, anything that gets caught, first of all, by the Openfront filter, obviously, are banned. But things that don't, it's kind of difficult to do that as long as it's not overtly NSFW or insulting in a way. Like funny names, they're okay, right? But
Mm. I'm clicking on alliances here, and you'll see almost everybody has 10 alliances.
yes,
This is no free for all. This is no standard public fleet free for all. The alliances are real right now.
it definitely is. If you're in the corner, you've allied everyone next to you. If you're in the middle, you've allied everyone that you don't want to attack yet. You There really is a lot of alliance cycling that's going to happen in competitive games. Alliance cycling is when you have a group of alliances, you stagger the alliance timers so they're up every 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and you keep an eye on the rotation of the alliances. That's allowing you to attack players more freely by keep making sure that your entire borders are stalemated when you want to attack a certain player.
And even if you are low on troops and you get a bunch of alliances around you, that doesn't stop the big boy down the river from boating up and finishing you off. And then when he does land on you, because you've got alliances with all of your neighbors, that big dude that boated in is free to take all of the land.
That is correct. It is brutal. You do have to, warships help a lot if you are a player on a river. Just sticking out a warship, putting it onto a fork in the river to make sure that no good players can get around and get into you. It's pretty important because if you rely on someone else's warship to shoot down like faraway warships, you can't rely on that because of alliances. That player who's trying to boat into you will ally the player with the warship, and then he will get into you anyway.
Currently got Fuga in first place down on the southern tip.
We do
He just finished a push on somebody, not sure who.
We do have Figa. I do recognize that skin. I do believe that's going to be it's going to be someone in that area. We do have Alpha on the right side. He's getting big. We have Butter, who's getting decently big. He's spreading out along those coasts. We also have, let's see, Paragon is able to get onto the river, so he might have boats coming out. Pregnar is in the middle somewhere, but he is boating around. He's trying to get positions on some weak players to be able to expand. On the left side, we have a very similar situation as the previous game, where we have some people trying to city max and get some eco going. We have a stalemated player, at least one, in the middle, a landlocked player, I should say, and some players who are very close to not being landlocked with just a tiny little push. Some nukes are already coming out from the middle onto Cerveza. Looks like this Make player is and the Cerveza player. They're in a death war against each other. They're both low on troops. The moment one of their alliances come up, one of them is going to get eaten because of how low they are on troops. Luckily for Cerveza, he is spread out across a lot of area, so it'll be harder to kill him.
Just north of Cerveza there, who is this is falling. All of his troops are gone. It looks like due to his alliances, it's only Imperium that's going to get all of the benefits there.
It does. He has full scent, which is unfortunate.
I
Generally,
would
full
say in this, sorry, go on.
Generally, full sending is not a good idea if you're trying to defend, because it just destroys all your
Mm.
defending troops and allows the enemy's attacks to roll through you faster. And
Yes.
he's just full sending. He's spam clicking at this point, so he's not having a good time
Yeah.
over there. That's a tilted player, that's for sure.
That is one of the bits of advice that I have to give a lot to like new players when we play on Twitch is as you said when defending, um, don't necessarily click back to negate the troops. It might be better to absorb the attack and to regrow your troops.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, what I was going to say there was because of this meta where everybody's allied up, usually in a public free for all, when someone gets weak, everybody dog piles in. But in this current meta where there's so many alliances, when the player falls, it's like the rewards go to the person that's earned the rewards by defeating the player.
Yeah. You could put it that way. With the economy being so strong in this meta and so accelerated, it really does incentivize the alliances always being up and just focusing in on one player. Um, there's also not a lot of piranhaing. Like you'd expect some more piranhaing with some high eco, with players getting nuked. Looks like Aki's actually got he full sent. He's dying right now. Against this Nit player right here, Knight. Yeah, we have some mitochondrias in the in Gujarat area, right below placeholder. We have Make Love Not War and Anon Man, both being tiny little mitos right next to each other, inside of each other. That is an interesting thing to see. People not playing to win. We have a betrayal by the player in the top right, but he's got a lot of troops, and he's farming. It looks like a nation up there. He's farming China. He might get another city or factory out of that in the long run. He is nuking Oilfall on the left side, but these attacks are moving so slowly through these mountains, and with the defense posts,
Yeah.
He's just landlocked in there.
Pushing into mountain tiles with defense posts can just completely absorb your troops. It takes so long.
Yeah, you can mouse over Lordo right now. You can see it's 109k outgoing into those mountain
Yeah.
lanes, and they're not going anywhere. That is a snail of an attack. And if Whalefall puts down like another defense post closer, it's going to go even slower. Yeah, realistically, one thing that Lordo could do is he could use these opportunity to bank a lot of troops on that player on Whalefall just by taking that land slowly. You see him spending a nuke. He has a low amount of money. He's spending a nuke anyway to kill that defense just so it goes a little faster. Looks like Alpha is getting hydroed by Butters on the right side. Interesting choice since Butters is not, he is dying to Alpha slowly, but he has full scent. He does have a bunch of
Yeah.
alliances up. We'll see if anybody has a free betrayal on him. And looks like Stanley's going to end up taking some land from Butters
Stanley
also.
comes back from the grave with the push there.
He
As
is
soon as somebody notices Stanley, he's going to get removed.
resurrecting.
It seems like Rex just got eliminated.
Where did that happen?
Rest in peace. Who was Rex playing as?
A non-man. He was next to on the court. You see on the left side where there's a little hole, where the water, like a river. It's by the water, like where Make 14 is. Lower.
Right here.
Yeah, here, right here.
Rest in peace. He was one of the Mitos then. That is unfortunate. He did well getting to the finals for one of the first.
Technically,
OFMs.
I think he still has a pixel somewhere. So. But
well, let's not point that out on stream so that we don't. Looks like Fuga.
Let's definitely.
I just noticed.
Looks like Fuga, who is Pura, ended up killing Vlira on that right side. He does have a little position in Sri Lanka, but that will eventually die. Paragon are doing a good job on the right side, consolidating, taking out that Lord player with looks like a huge Hydro attack, and getting all that land, getting that nation in the top right corner also. So Paragon has spread out into the river system. He does have now access to more of the map, and he's got a Hydro on him. There's a pretty big Hydro. Paragon is low on troops right now, and this Toan player is pretty high on troops.
Ooh, Paragon might have just been a very uncoordinated move there, extremely low on troops.
It is going to be a little difficult for him to be able to survive. Luckily, he has a lot of alliances. He's got 10 alliances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 alliances lined up with all his neighbors except for the Toan players. So he should be safe after making that mistake and be able to recover from that pretty easily. We do have a lot of action on the left side also. A lot of different movement. This Libertad player is grabbing up a lot of land. Whalefall end up losing his position on that left side and just being stuck in the right side in the middle. NVR has been he's been sleeper selling in the middle of the map, just taking bits and pieces of land from people who are dying just to expand his position over time. And this solo player, actually, if you look at the solo player, he is spread across those islands very well. This guy has industrialized, he has urbanized these islands. These are like mini Atlantises everywhere. So he is the island player on this map, and not a bad position either, due to him having borders on the mainland.
Yeah, definitely. And if Fuga takes a bad hit, or if Fuga breaks an alliance, he is going to be poised to take full advantage of that.
Looks like Alpha went for a big push onto Paragon. However, Paragon had 4 Hydras ready for him, so Alpha is just going to get erased from the map. That was an unfortunate play on Alpha's part. He is just going to get destroyed here after
Paragon has got the debuff there, traitor debuff, so he's going to go down to tiniest cowboy, and a few of his southern neighbors are going to take some land as well.
Yeah, on the top
Ooh,
side,
there's some moves being made.
Top left, we have Make 14, who's hitting Libertad. Libertad does have a betrayal debuff, so he did end up betraying. He's high on troops also. People are going to be taking his land. Sharktopus has 400k going into him right now. We have a lot of movement. There is 5 minutes left in the game, roughly. Make also moving on to Atos, getting hydrogen bombed in return for that. Probably getting double. You got double hydrogen bombed because of that. A lot of movement happening around the map. Positional
Ooh, big full send
changes.
from Tudor into make 14. That's going to change the leaderboard.
Tudor, not a full send, but pretty close to it. He got
Had the
merved.
verve to follow up.
So make
God damn.
14 decided to merv him instead of Hydro. That is interesting. Seeing how small Tudor is, using a merv on him might not have been the most efficient play to do. Sharktopus over here, taking more chunks out of Libertad. Libertad staying high on troops. He could end up taking that back very quickly. And Make's going to eat another hydrogen. That's the third hydrogen bomb he has eaten due to attacking multiple players in a row. That's the fourth hydrogen bomb he has eaten due to attacking multiple players. Tiniest Cowboy consolidating the top right side also. Looks like he's going to make a little bunker there to bunker up his structures. We don't see a lot of movement out of this Fuga player in the middle.
He's biding his time. And who's your favorite here, Eagle Eye? Tiniest Cowboy in the corner with his factory maxing, or maybe Fuga with the port access?
Well, at the moment, my favorite's going to be NVR. NVR has a very nice position in the middle of the map. He's got great economy. He's got his factory lines run through everyone. He has access to pretty much everyone through the middle. He can boat very easily across to different positions on every river system. So he is looking like my favorite. I also think that Fuga, because he's very close to MVR's position, he also has that opportunity. One mistake by either MVR or Fuga can end up killing either of them.
That's a Hydro from Solo there going onto the left side of the map onto Sharktopus. I'm
That
not sure
does.
the rationale behind it.
He has a position on him, so you saw there was a little position
Okay.
on that left side in order to get him.
There it
Yeah,
is.
and even as a whole, if you're separated from the battle, it might be worth eliminating someone
Yeah.
far away.
Libertad with another betrayal. He's getting piranha'd a little bit by a couple players. Let's see, who else is in a good position? We have Spaceship as a little sleeper cell over there with 1 million troops, 45 mil gold. I've just been sitting there gathering up looking for an opportunity. Make 14 is going to eat up Dandan, it looks like. A very slow eat up. Dandan could retaliate. Dandan is choosing not to retaliate. He hasn't done anything. He has 15 mil. He hasn't used his troops. He hasn't sent out a bomb.
No.
I don't know what this Dandan
Hmm.
player is doing. He starts building defense posts, but he has 15 mil.
Interesting plays. Could be the new meta that we've not discovered.
I think something might be going around with that player there.
Yeah, problem and so they're talking about the timer is problem with extending the timer is the games could just stalemate and just go on for ages. And that's something we don't want.
Yeah. The thing with the time is it's not from lack of, opportunities. It's just everyone's kind of stalemated. Like NVR, if you look, he hasn't really moved that much the whole game. Well, not the whole game, but for the past 10 minutes or so.
So we have right here, we have 1:20 left in the game. Potential winners of this game, we have Make 14 with 1%. We have Imperium Romanum with 15. We have Tiniest Cowboy with 12. We have Fuga with 12. We have Alpha climbing back with 10% of the map. We have Nite, Solo, and NVR. Those are realistically, those are the players with enough troops and enough land at this moment in order to take enough land in the last 1 minute. However, this is going to be pretty tough. Nukes need to start flying in the next couple seconds, like 20 seconds or so. The nukes need to start flying if they want them to land in time to be able to kill players or take them out or weaken them. Otherwise, it's just going to end in a very quick stalemate. There's a big problem here. A lot of people are allied up. If you right click any player at this moment in time, they all have 10 alliances. So everyone's going to need to betray.
Yep.
And nobody wants to be the first person to betray because that's going to be the
Yes.
first person eaten up.
Nobody wants to fire the first Hydro. But everybody wants to fire these Hydros, but nobody wants to be first. And that's why we're always end up seeing it with 5 seconds to go.
Yeah, it looks like we got,
But
15 seconds. Now
Oh.
hydros are starting to come out.
Here
Starting.
we go.
We got a rush of hydros coming out. So people are going to try and erase the map.
Make is
Merv on Make 14.
We have Merv. It's very
Is
close
it
between
enough?
Imperium and Make. Looks like Imperium's taking, and Imperium wins the game. That is an impressive job.
Nice.
So here, maybe we can spell who Imperium was, or is it already a player we know?
Imperium is Imperium. That is his player name. So
Imperium with the last minute steal.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Zixer. Right now, we're going to do an intricity run through the game to make sure that it is good.
Well, maybe we do the debrief first.
Yes.
Then we're gonna post the standings. I think I'll post the top 10 like as soon as possible, and then we'll post like the full list maybe in a few hours after we review everything.
Right. So we'll do the really quick debrief. So this is Zixer in the voice chat right now. He is the lead director for OFM, brought on recently after the World Cup happenings happened, and we have grown a pretty decent we have a pretty good opportunity here to build a new OFM, a professional OFM. And so Lonely, if you'd like to interact with him, if anyone in chat has any questions about Zixer or what the vision for OFM is, now is the time, not for feedback, but for curiosity, right?
Yeah, so any type of questions. While you guys write your questions, I know there's a delay, so maybe I can also talk about the event. I think overall, for a beta event, for a first event, it went decently well. Obviously, there were some delays, so that was a little bit unfortunate. I am looking to not have any delays of this kind in future events. So yeah, the main thing was we had issues with standings not being completely accurate because some of the games desynced. But overall, we were able to just recompute those and get the correct standings so that we still are able to enjoy the games. So yeah. Here, let me see.
So what's some of your background that you've had, Zixer, in just competition organizing in general?
Yeah, so I've always kind of played IO games. It's been already, I mean, many years I've played different IO games. Since Agar.io, Slither, then Diep, then Zoms, then the main one that stuck with me was Shellshock.io. Some of you might know it, but it's basically just first-person shooter, but with eggs running around shooting each other. And I came into that game pretty early on, where I joined a league that already existed, but was very small, and it wasn't really official. And that's my first kind of experience with the competitive scene of IO games. We actually managed to grow that league from like an initial 300 members to over 60,000 members between different regions and having multiple tournaments being hosted, as well as different subsections like semi-competitive and whatnot. So that was pretty fun. And the main thing that happened is I noticed Openfront IO. It was a fun game as soon as I played it, and I saw Openfront Master, and I truly believe that there's something more that could be done with it. Luckily, at the exact same time I was thinking this, Lewis posted forums for like writing suggestions, or maybe if we had a vision for what OFM could be. So I kind of filled it out, and now we're here. So my overall vision is to grow the league as much as possible, to make it as easily accessible as possible to even beginner players, to any type of players. And the goal is to make it so you're playing multiple rounds, and the variability with like luck being involved and other types of inconsistencies within the games get removed because you are playing so many games, and just the better players are going to come out on top eventually. And then having some kind of final round where sure there might be luck involved, but it's still only the best 40 players that are in the lobby and do deserve some type of win. Because I mean you kind of see how the games go, and at the end there's some luck with just who bombs who and who initiates the hydro fest, I will call it. So yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like just a side note, we have some pretty significant desync thing that happened during the final. We are going to address probably that after we finish the debrief, and we'll simulate the game. We'll see exactly what happened. So if you guys are curious about what we're going to do, posting those finals results, just hold on to your seats. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, so I think the biggest issue was the desync happened in one game, but it wasn't that. It didn't affect the game that much. It was the first game, the C2 group.
It looks like, I
People,
don't know if you paid attention, but we had the finals desync. It looks like with a lot of players.
the finals as well desync. Okay, I didn't see
Yeah.
that. No.
I've counted looks like 5 or 6 different players who have desynced.
All right, well, we'll look into that. From our checks, I think Evan was looking into it pretty quickly, and he saw something with the anonymized names where it triggered some type of bug because it was using. Well, I'm not going to get in depth with it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
basically, in the future, it's going to be fixed. And the perk with having a beta is we can test everything at once, which when we were developing the bot was not possible. We could only test some sections and one at a time. There's always some cases you can't expect. So this time we saw all the errors that happened. We can document them and then we can fix them so that next weekend those don't happen.
Yes, just a reminder, this
Yeah.
is the beta test tournament. We are testing all the new systems that are being put in place. So we really appreciate your guys' participation in the tournament.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was about to say. That this whole process is about ironing out the creases. So it's good that we figure out the problems now, so that when we put on the real deal tournaments, they go as smooth as possible.
yes, exactly. And I would still say, on my end as a lead, uh, I consider it a success. We still had 200 participants. Around that, pretty much everyone had fun. We still, were able to stream it, and the lobbies we had like 13 total games played. And yeah, I have a feedback form. So we have around like 91% people who were happy with it as a beta. So obviously we're going to look at improving the number of how many people enjoyed the qualifier rounds and just the tournament in general. But for a first one, I'm happy with the results, and I'm happy with everyone who helped me with this, because it's not I'm not the only one running it. Obviously, the dev support has been incredible on Openfront side. This just admin support as well, banning alt accounts, making news posts, making announcements. This has been great on just Openfront staff side, but also on our side, the moderators, the refs, all the leads have been working very hard to make sure we can host an event.
Lewis is
For
lurking.
sure.
Say something.
I'm sorry, I was just getting ready to ban the member in your chat. They called me a baldy.
I think I started that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It's
sure
been
that
a very good event to sit here and watch from the sidelines. I mean, there's been many OFMs before where I've sat there, and the last thing I've wanted to do is join a VC afterwards. So it's nice to see that the OFM's new leadership are taking it seriously, and what you guys have been able to achieve in such a short space, and what we can hopefully achieve with OFM going forwards.
Nice.
Yeah, I fully agree. And if I jump to that point, is like this beta, we didn't have that much time to prepare. We came in not that long ago, and the first bits were just restructuring everything, building a team from scratch, and then building the tournament. So like the tournament itself was just a small part, and that's why I consider it a success. Having 200 members who, in a large majority, were happy with it is a success.
Definitely. And now, when we get these creases ironed out, we can have more integration with the website. We can promote the tournaments even more. So, for us to set a record for OFM now during this beta test tournament, I think gives a clear signal that the future is very bright for the next projects.
Exactly. And we're also going to be looking at how we can make sure people who registered don't miss the participations, how we can promote more heavily. And as you mentioned, integrations, like we're going to be looking at having clans integrated into the Discord for the teams event, seeing how we can, have leaders of clans not need to like manually submit to staff some type of forms where you can just sync with their account. And if they're a leader, they just post an advert or something along those lines. And yeah, for example, we already have like a feature for displaying the stream on the main page. This will be used for OFM events, and yeah, there's more things coming.
Well, I look forward to McQuiddy being back in your streams lonely to watch you in future events. If you don't remember who that is, don't worry. I'm sure he'll make himself known.
Lewis, who did you just ban from my stream?
I didn't ban anyone. I unbanned McQuiddy.
Unbanned McQuiddy. Oh, is that Fent? That's not Fent, is it?
That's not Fent, no. He could have stayed banned. But yeah, no, it's been really good to see what's happened. And yeah, I look forward to hearing everyone's thoughts. I look forward to seeing the feedback forms that have already gone out and see what's going on and what we're going to do next as well. Now that I'm back from my temporary shadows.
Is there a stage situation, or what's the plan now, guys?
I think we are done with the debrief. We gotta do some ending work on the staff side to make sure that the tournament's scored correctly. Look at the desync issue, all that kind of stuff. But that is the end of the tournament officially. So we are good to go. We appreciate everyone. Pay attention to the announcements in the OFM server for the next tournament. It will likely be next Saturday, and we will probably announce it on Monday. So just pay attention, and we hope to implement some improvements from the feedback and with the systems, just iterate on them and keep improving them over time. Nothing's going to be perfect at the outset, but we hope to continue making it better than it was before.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you, Eagle. Thanks, Lonely.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. GG.
GG's. Bye.
See you in the next